What's up with it, people? This your boy FJ3000 back at you again with a brand new episode of Hot Off the Press. And I'm coming at you with some college basketball news, man. And it's Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky. They in the news, man. They are out of the top 25 for the first time since 1961. That's a very long time, man. What's really going on with these programs, bro? If you look at Duke and North Carolina and Kentucky, they are not getting it done this season. If you look at Duke record, they 5-4, 3-2 in the conference. They haven't lost to any big name teams, but they are not getting it done. I mean, they got the number 3 recruiting class in the country. Jalen Johnson was supposed to be a big time recruit. They got 4 5-star players out of high school. Look at North Carolina, 8-5, 3-3 in the conference. The number 2 recruiting class in the country with 3 5-star players. They haven't lost any big games to any, low-ranked schools, but they just don't look the same. Kentucky, 4-8, 3-2 in the conference. They got B.J. Boston, Terrence Clark with the number 1 recruiting class in the country. What's going on with these programs? Is it because these guys are really true freshmen? We can use like R.J. Barrett. We know we can use Zion Williamson. We can use Cole Anthony that was with North Carolina. We know they were freshmen, but those guys were like a different breed, a different caliber of freshmen. These guys that's coming out of high school now, they really look like freshmen, and they are just not getting the job done. Kentucky they lost to Richmond. They lost to Georgia Tech. And they struggle with Vanderbilt. They don't normally struggle with teams like this. Kentucky normally beat these teams by 25 plus, year in and year out. I mean, if you look at Duke, even on last night, Duke got beat by Pittsburgh. They don't lose to teams like that. North Carolina is struggling. Why are these teams struggling this year? Is it because of COVID? Is it because that they're not playing with fans and they can't feed off of the fans? What is the issue? I'm going to tell you what I think. I think a lot of it is that a lot of these other programs are still keeping their seniors. They got 3rd and 4th and 5th year seniors that are very experienced, that's been in these programs, that's been around college basketball for years now, versus these freshmen are not like big time freshmen. They were big time coming out of high school, but high school athletes are just not what we've seen over the past couple years. We're not seeing that these R.J. Barrett type of players no more right now. We can use Jalen Johnson from Duke for an example. He was hurt, and he looked pretty good last night, but he don't look like that next guy that's just can go get a bucket. Tyrese Maxey last year can go get a bucket. We don't see a guy right now on Kentucky that can say, you know what, give me the ball, I'm going to go get a bucket. Cole Anthony was that guy for North Carolina last year that could go get a bucket. We don't see that really for North Carolina. With Duke, they had experience last year with the Jones kid. You had Vernon Carey last year that could go get a bucket. You had Cassius Stanley that could go get a bucket. You had these people that could literally create and get buckets, but you don't see that now. And if Duke didn't have Matthew Hurt right now, they would be in a world of trouble. None of these teams, these top programs that's led by Coach K, that's led by Roy Williams, that's led by Calipari, are in the top 25. That says a lot. A lot of these other programs are stepping up. Nobody is fearing that name on their jersey anymore. Nobody is fearing because you got the number 1 recruiting class. You got the number 2 recruiting class. Nobody is scared of that because guess what? A lot of these schools getting these transfers coming in and they hungry. And they saying, you know what, I'll be scrappy. And I'll do whatever you need to beat Duke, to beat North Carolina, to beat a Kentucky. They doing what it take. A lot of these guys that's at these programs now, I'm going to give you, because I'm only here for 1 year, basically. And I'm headed to the league. Truth be told, it's easy for these cats to get into the NBA now. If you look at the draft class that they just had in the NBA, Look at a lot of those guys. We don't even know a lot of those guys. We can't even remember probably the top 15 players right now. They got drafted. So I think a lot of it is just watered down. A lot of these kids they ain't hungry. It just don't look like it. And I really hate to even use Zion for an example, but he was a totally different breed versus a lot of those other kids that was in college. None of these teams look like what they normally look like. Why is it? Does COVID have anything to do with it? Are they not being able to feed off the fans like they really would want to? I think that has something to do with it. But by now, I would think they would be able to be accustomed to what's going on and still be able to get back to playing basketball. And it doesn't look like it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me how you feel about the situation. It's your boy 3000. Be safe, be smart, and be wise. Peace.